guys. So again, no need for in-your-face time. I'm right here in the face of Casey WildStyle Jonson and Vince Vandetta Morales, the Invincible, both from right here in Idaho. Just got back from a long, one of the best camps they've ever had. I think they both will agree, in Las Vegas at Syndicate MMA with some great coaches. I'm gonna let them tell you a little bit about it. We'll start with Casey. Tell me a little bit about your experience in Vegas.
You know, it's not my first time in Vegas. It's also not my first time training with John Wood as a head coach. You know, I can't thank everyone there enough. Those guys are animals. I got a ton of dudes at my weight that are studs. The coaching staff over there is top notch. You know, you got Vinny Magales running up all the jiu-jitsu there. He's a multiple-time world champion. You got several dudes that are in the UFC right now. You know, guys at the highest level of our sport that are still competing. Tom Lawler's on the mat, coaching every day. You got Mike Pyle, he's there every day, spreading his wealth of knowledge. You got John Wood, you know, he runs an excellent program there. I've said it before in previous interviews, the proof's in the pudding when it comes to Syndicate MMA. You know, don't quote me on this, but I think the overall MMA record is like 23-1 right now. The last 3 weekends that we've fought, you know, we've went completely undefeated with 4 wins, 3 wins. So as far as the camp goes, I don't think there's a better place in the country for me to be right now than Syndicate MMA. We got 3 dudes. Actually, we got 2 dudes and a girl, sorry Jamie, on the Ultimate Fighter right now. You know, John Wood, like I said, he's run an excellent program. He's got his fingers in a lot of different pots right now, and the guy, he knows his stuff. So as far as the camp goes, excellent camp for me. You know, I learned a lot there. My training partners there, top notch. You know, some of these guys have flown out now. They've spent this last week with us here, and they're going to continue all the way into the fight. You know, we got Donnie Boy, MMA. He just fought for the World Series, the title flyweight championship. Wasn't able to come out with a victory. But at the same time, that's the only loss that kid's ever had in his whole career. So as far as training partners go, I don't think I could ask for better partners. As far as coaching staff goes, like I said, it's top notch. You know, of course, Vince Morales, he was there with me side by side the whole time. And for me, it was a great way to finish off the last 5.5 weeks of my camp.
How do you feel?
I feel excellent. You know, I'm excited. I'm a little anxious. I can't wait for the weigh-ins to get here, to look Brandon Rafferty in his face. I can't wait for them to shut that cage door behind us. You know, this is a long time coming. We were slated to fight, you know, 10 weeks ago, due to an injury or whatever. He wasn't able to compete. Now, he is. So, believe me, I cannot wait for us to draw that line in the center of that ring and square off. It's like I said, it's been a long time coming, and I'm chomping at the bit. Can't wait for it.
I can't imagine he's near as ready as you are.
You know, I'm not really worried about what Brendan Rafferty, if he's ready or if he's not. You know, I know that he's been all around the world, or all around the country training. He's been to Colorado trying to train with Josh Wick, because Josh Wick's the only guy to beat Vince Morales. End of the day, nothing that kid's learned in the last 8 weeks is going to save him from what's coming in 4 days from now. You know, there's been a lot of hype that, of course, I generated from this fight. And some people have received that really well, and some people have done nothing but badmouth me the whole time. But believe me, I know the position I put myself in. Like I said, a lot of that was to build hype. I set a venue record the last time that me and Brendan Rafferty were to fight, and I'm right on par right now to either tie or break that record. You know, so I'm looking at doing over $20,000 in individual ticket sales in the last 2 events. And it's not because it's Bellator, it's not because it's Front Street Fights, it's because hype sells fights. So, you know, Brendan Rafferty, I think he's in a tough position right now. He loses this fight, he's 4-3. It's not a big ticket draw. I don't know. I don't know how his career looks after this. Me? You know, the pressure's off of my shoulders. I can go in there and I can lose this fight, and the promoters are still going to want to do business with me because I'm good for business. So at the end of the day, I know exactly the position I'm in, and I cannot wait to show the crowd, to show Bellator, to show this country that's going to be watching on the live stream exactly what I've been doing the last 5.5 weeks at Syndicate MMA and the 4.5 weeks previous to that. So, like I said, I'm excited. I can't thank everyone enough that's had their hands in this. And everyone, it's coming. 4 days from now, it's coming.
All right, Vince, how about you? How'd you like Vegas?
It was great. Other than a lot of the heat, I enjoyed everything. It was a good atmosphere. We got welcomed with open arms at Syndicate. It was really kind of shocking for me. I learned a lot there, probably more than I'd learned in my entire fighting career in just these last few weeks over there. It's great. Lots of good people to train with. Vinny Magales, the jiu-jitsu coach over there, he does some great stuff. So it was really kind of, a lot of it blew me away. It really helped fill some holes that I thought I may have had. regardless though, I feel great right now. I'm ready for a fight. I'm ready to get in there already and just get going.
So last time I checked, you weren't looking to do too much research on your opponent. You still feel that way?
Yeah, I don't have a real need to, I guess. I come to fight. I assume other people do it the same way and they come to fight. I feel like I'm going to get thrown some tough people, just like I'm a tough person. It's how it's going to go, and I'm ready for anything.
Right on. How do you feel right now?
I feel great. My weight's right where it needs to be. I mean, the cuts, it's always cake for me. I feel good. I feel strong. I can't complain about anything right now. Just ready to go.
What's this week look like for you leading into the fight?
I'm just staying sharp. My skills are where they need to be. It's just about keeping them there and bringing everything to the table fight night and showing what I can do.
Okay. All right. And Casey, what about you? What's your week look like? About the same?
Yeah, you know, like I mentioned, we had a couple boys from Syndicate that flew in. Donnie Boy MMA, he's here, making sure that we're doing our weapons checks every single day, making sure everything's firing the way it should be, coming out the way it should be. Right now, it's all about maintaining weight, staying safe, being healthy, and getting to that fight. You know, weigh-ins are in 3 days from now. We've got a full schedule ahead this week. I just got my itinerary from Bellator, which I'm excited about. You know, when you're fighting for the next level, they have requirements, and a lot of guys shy away from that stuff. You know, they don't like to do the promotional stuff. They don't like that. I relish in it. I love doing interviews. I love being in front of the camera. I enjoy that stuff. So as far as this week goes, like I said, it's all about doing my weapons check every single day, making sure my weight's on point, staying healthy.
Weight on point?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, everyone knows this, I'm not a very big 35er, never have been. I weighed in my last fight at 32. You know, my weight's not something that I've ever had to struggle with. And this fight is no different, you know. I expect Brendan Rafferty to come in a little bigger than me, just as every single person that I have fought in my 25 amateur fights and my 4 professional fights. But I also expect, just like the last 7 dudes I've fought, I expect to finish Brendan Rafferty. I don't care how big he is and how small I am. The outcome is always the same for my opponent.
Do you have a chosen method of ending the fight?
You know, I'm not too picky. I'll take it however it comes. You know, I expect Brendan Rafferty to come in there to bite down his mouthpiece and get it. You know, this is a fist fight at the end of the day. And I have motivated this kid to train hard, to push himself to that next limit, that next level. And I know that Brendan Rafferty's showing up. I'm not underestimating this kid at all. I may talk, I may say a lot of things, but I know he's going to be game. That being said, he's not going to be game enough.
And then, since can't get much out of Vince on it, I'm going to go ahead and ask his training partner. You think Hamilton Ash has a chance this weekend?
You know, like I said, this is the fight game. Everything can change with one single punch or a slip in a transition. Does Hamilton have a chance? Absolutely. Do I think that Hamilton's going to come out the victor? Absolutely not. You know, like I said, this is the fight game. Hamilton plans to get in there. He's got his game plan. But that stuff's going to change as soon as he gets hit in the mouth, because it changes for everybody once they get hit in the mouth. And I expect Vince to do just that. You know, I expect Vince to put on the gas and not let up until one of 2 things was happening: that bell's ringing, or that ref's picking up Hamilton Ash off the mat.
Don't sound like too bad of an order, huh, Vince?
It's hard to argue with that.
All right, well, last thing we'll talk about, obviously, we couldn't have got here without all the sponsors and all the people that have helped us out. You can see here on the table, you know, a few hats from some of the big ones. Of course, Bellator, who we're fighting for, Known Distro, Instrumental, the gear, the money, just how willing they are to help. Syndicate, of course, gave you guys one of the best training camps of your life. We've got the grit mouth guards right there, so you guys can still smile pretty when the fight's over. You know, we couldn't have done it without all these sponsors. Casey, you want to list some more?
Yeah, you know, like grit mouth guards. You know, I might be smiling. I've been accused of a lot of things, and Pretty's not one of them. We got Known Distro, like you mentioned. They're huge. They're one of our biggest sponsors, or they are our biggest sponsor. They've taken care of us in any way, shape, or form. We can call those guys for anything we need, and they're happy to jump on board and help us right away. You got Clearwater Landscape. You know, I've known Dave for a long time. The guy's a great dude. He's done nothing but help me and Vince in anything that we need. Ideal Spine Health Center. You know, those guys, they're the ones that are responsible for having me and Vince here today. They keep us healthy when we're in town. You know, they also set us up with an awesome group of guys down in Las Vegas. Dr. Jason Yeager. Those guys were taking care of us while we were there. Can't thank those guys enough. You got Hawaiian Coconut Energy. You know, I love their product. I've done a couple commercials. I've gotten silly with it, but I'll tell you, they have produced an awesome product.
Yeah, those things were a huge hit over there at Syndicate MMA.
Absolutely.
I think we cleared out an entire box in the first day, something like that.
Yeah, it's replaced coffee for a lot of athletes, and at least where we're training.
I will say that it's disheartening to know that we won't be able to put Hawaiian Coconut Energy on the gear for this one. Monster Energy had a little bit of a conflict with that, but we will be going above and beyond to make sure that Hawaiian Coconut gets noticed. We already have, and of course we're going to always notice them in the future too. So Vince, you want to list off the rest of the sponsors? I know there's a few more left.
We got a few. There's Athlete by Nature did a great job designing our shirts for the fight, which everybody can pick up, $20-25. We got some hats for around $30. Yeah. Those things were great. They came out really cool. Salon Services in Boise are helping us out, making sure we stay pretty. Jailbreak Bell Bonds. Who else was there? It was
Well, for me personally, you know, I gotta say I'm super excited to be working with a Boise-based company, XO Mountain Gear. You know, I actually just finalized that stuff today. It's been a process. You know, Steve Speck over there, he's a busy guy hunting out there, chasing animals. Something I love to do as well. You know, a lot of people know this, but a lot of people know that I fight hard, but I hunt and I fish harder. So, XO Mountain Gear, SNS Archery, I'm super excited to be working with this company. Pre-Funk Boise, also a sponsor that just hopped on board in the last couple days. You know, they sell an awesome craft beer. Right, we're also going to be having a Pre-Funk after party there as soon as Bellator 155 gets out. I think they're only open. They're going to stay open a little later for us. I think they're open until midnight. So everybody that's watching this video, meet us over at Pre-Funk Boise. Come grab a couple of their beers. You know, they're changing them every single week. Awesome guys. Millsap Valley Orthopedics. You know, they're in Dallas. I know they're not a local doctor, but he's one of the best doctors in the country, and it's Dr. Buck Rose. He's taken great care of me. He's the one that's finally fixed me all up, got me healed. Farm Boy Drive-In, they make sure that they put mine and Vince's name on their reader board, so everybody that's driving by can see that we're fighting. They keep everyone updated.
Jake with Marquee Real Estate.
Yeah.
He was a big one. He helped us out a lot. That was great. We much appreciate that. Really couldn't have done a lot without him.
Syndicate MMA, of course. You know, can't thank those guys enough for opening their arms, letting us come down there and jump right into their team. Something else, you know, John Wood, he has a clothing company, Maverick. Awesome clothes. Yeah, they're always coming out with a new product. You know, every month you can hop on the website, you can purchase something new. You know, I think overall and above, I got to thank the good Lord upstairs and my family. You know, it takes a lot for my old lady to let me leave for 5 weeks. It takes a lot for Vince's family to let him leave and to pick up all the pieces, you know, and make sure that things are running smooth, things are stress-free. And when things are running smooth and stress-free, it allows us to focus on training, allows us to focus on getting in there and being victorious come May 20th. So I think other than that, I don't think we've left anyone out.
Quick shout out for King Shark for letting us do a little bit of training here. That's their speaker or their sticker on the wall right there. So.
Yeah, you know this is our home-based gym while we're here in Boise. This is where we'll be training. So anybody that wants to come down and get on the mat with me and Vince, or Vince and I, my girlfriend would kill me for saying me and Vince right now. So anyone that wants to get on the mat with Vince and I, or Dave Vasquez, you know, the kid's a super knowledgeable kid. We got a great boxing coach down here as well. So if you guys want, look it up. It's on the corner of Maple Grove and Chinden. It's not one of those gyms like, I mean, I'm going to say it, it's not a gym like SBGI. You know, it's not filled full of a bunch of pro fighters, a bunch of egos. It's not. It's a family-oriented gym. It's a nice little facility. It's a great place for you to come in and get introduced to the sport, or for guys that are, you know, like us, fighting in Bellator. It's an awesome place. I couldn't thank Dave Vasquez and everyone that's a part of this facility enough for letting us train here.
All right, perfect, guys. Well, I will say it's nice to actually end this one with a handshake.
Yes, sir. Chuck,
yeah,
you know, that's something else. You know, Chuck, you, out of all people, you help me keep things organized. You manage things from the start. We can't thank you enough.
Yeah, really going above and beyond really what we could ask for, and not gonna lie, we're grateful.
I mean, I know you got a wife at home that's pregnant. You're expecting a new little one. You got a lot of things in your own life. You just bought a new house. You got a lot of balls you're juggling right now, but yet you always find time every day to make sure that the things that me and Vince need are being taken care of. Anything that we're asking or required of us to do with Bellator, you're handling all that stuff logistically. I mean, we can't thank you enough for handling all that stuff.
Well, I love it, man. And like I said, all I want for my birthday is for you guys to beat the shit out of those guys. So I think it's a pretty easy gift to deliver.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.